Okay, dear students, in last session I had given you one problem to solve at home, and that problem was a to the power n, b to the power n, n greater than equal to 2. Now we'll discuss its solution. We have already seen if it is n greater than equal to 1, how we will be writing our transitions. So that will be the basis for this solution of this problem as well. We have also seen that if n is greater than equal to 0, so if n equal to 0, so what transition we have to add. Now we'll look at if we have to suppose ensure that n is greater than equal to 2. Means now null and AB will not be the words in the language. Okay. So again I am taking the same word triple A, triple B, because it will cover all the cases we have seen in the previous examples. Okay. So let us start with delta Q0 A Z0. In the successful scenario, we will get our first letter as A. It will be equal to, so this A, what we have to do, we have to push. So we will be in the state Q0 and pushing this. So AZ0 I will be writing here. So now on the top of the stack, A will come and A will be pushed. Okay. So now the next situation is I am in the state Q0 reading the second A, and on the top of the stack is A. Now this is the situation. So here what I will do, I will change the state. I will do Q1 A. Why I have changed the state here? Because I want to make sure that at least two A's are pushed. So when I have pushed first A, the status of the stack has been changed. So on the top of the stack initially was Z0. Now after pushing the first A, on the top of the stack I am having A. So the status of the stack has changed. So through the change of the status of the stack, I have remembered that my first A has come. So that's why I have not changed state here. Okay. But in this situation where I am reading the second A and pushing it, A will be the top of the push down store. And previous to this operation also A was on the top of the store. So neither the topmost symbol of stack has been changed, nor the state has been changed. So how I will be remembering that I have read second A, third A or fourth A? So that's why I have changed the state here. I have not kept the state same here. I have changed the state. So through the change in this state, I will be knowing that my second A has come. So whenever I am in the state Q1, I know that up till now, two A's I have read. So next A I will be finding, I will found in the state Q1. So I will be finding the third A, and on the top of the stack there will be an A, and I will not change the state, and I will push this third A as well. Okay. Suppose my string is having not only 3 A's but the 4 A's. Okay. So then I will be getting the fourth A. Okay. Then I will be getting the fourth A. So that for the fourth A also, because I have not changed the state, so I am in the state Q1 reading the fourth A from the input, and on the top of the stack is A, because I have pushed 3 A's, so the third A will be on the top of the stack. So on the top of the stack is A. Okay. So again the situation is Q1, from input I am getting A, on the top of the stack I am having A. So again I will be using it. Okay. So again I will push this fourth A as well. Similarly, if fifth A is also present, again the situation will be same. I will get the situation QAA and I will push that A. So meaning thereby this transition will push first A. This transition will push second A. And this transition will push third and subsequent A's. Okay. So in this manner, all the A's I will be pushing. When I finish my A's in my input, then I will be getting B. So I will be getting B in what situation? State will be certainly the Q1, and on the top of push down stack is A. Okay. So situation will be delta Q1, from the input I am getting a B, and on the top of stack is A. Now what I have to do? When I pushed all the A's, I have to pop one A corresponding to each B. And if the number of A's and number of B's are equal, ultimately I will be able to pop all the A's from the stack or from the push down store. Okay. So the same operation which I have done in the previous example, same I have to do here. So Q1 be A, it will be simply Q2 null. Is it? So I have changed the state because now here I have changed the operation. So that's why I have changed the state. So I have changed from state Q1 to state Q2, and writing null means topmost symbol A has been erased. So corresponding to the B which I have read from the input, I have removed the topmost A from the stack. So now the number of A's over the stack is one lesser than the previous situation. Okay. So now I am in the state Q2. So further subsequent B's I will be getting in the state Q2. So Q2, B, and if on the top of the stack is A, I will be popping this. So I will remain in the state Q2 and I will write null. So corresponding to every B I am reading in the input, one A I am popping out. So this operation will be used multiple times up till either the B's has finished, either the string has finished or the B's has finished. Suppose B's has finished and still I am having A's over the push down store. So in that situation, I will be having the situation, I am the state Q2, my string has been exhausted because B has been finished. So my string has been exhausted. Okay, so I will get a null from there. On the top of the stack is A. So Q2 null A, this will be the situation, and I am not writing any transition for it. So in such a situation, machine will halt. Okay, so if number of A's are larger, number of B's are smaller, my machine will halt. And similarly, you see the situation. Suppose I'm still having some B's left in my input, and my PDS on my PDS store there does not exist any A. Okay, means all A's has been popped. So number of B's are more. Suppose there are 5 B's. So all 4 A's has been popped when I till up till the 4th B, and then I am having the 5th B. Okay, so for this 5th B, I will be having the situation Q2B. I will be in the state Q2 reading B from the input. And on the top of the stack, what will be there? Because all A's has been popped. So on the top of the stack will be the Z0. So Q2B Z0 will be the situation. Again, I am not writing any transition for it. So in such a situation also, my machine will halt. Okay. So meaning thereby, if number of A's and number of B's does not match, automatically my machine will halt because the corresponding transitions I am not writing. So that's why I have told you initially that you have to write your transitions only for the successful scenario. Okay, so you have to take a string which is successful in the language, and according to the processing of that string, you have to write your transitions. So simply success scenario or success story you have to see, and you have to write transitions accordingly. Okay, so now I assume that my number of A's and number of B's are equal. So when my B's finishes, my string finishes, and all of the A's has been popped from the stack. So now situation will be, I will be in the state Q2. Now because string has been exhausted, so from the input string I can take only the null, and on the top of the store, no, all the A's has been popped. So Z0 will be on the top of the stack. Okay. So if I reach to such a situation, it simply means that number of A's and number of B's are equal. Then I have to signal the success. Okay. So what I will do, I will signal the success Q2 null. When I do Q2 null, so topmost symbol Z0 is erased, and when Z0 is erased, my push down store is empty. And by empty store, I accept this particular word. So this will be the solution for this particular problem. Again, if you want to get it succeed by final states, so you have to change here to some final state. Suppose Q3, and then you make your Q3 as the final state. Okay, this is the solution for this particular problem. Now come to the second example. Suppose the language given is A to the power n, B to the power n, C to the power m, where n and m both are greater than or equal to 1. Meaning thereby that number of A's and number of B's are equal because both are having the power n, and there may be some number of C's. So number of C's are not required that they should match with the number of A's and number of B's, but number of A's and number of B's should match with each other. Okay, and at least one occurrence of A, one occurrence of B, and one occurrence of C should come in our strings. So let us take this string AAA, BBB, and suppose 4 number of C's. So by taking this string, I will be designing this particular example. Okay. So let us start with the initial situation. Delta Q0 A Z0. As I have told you, before start writing the transitions, we have to first design the strategy. So here we have to match the number of A's and number of B's. So our strategy may be that whenever we are getting A's, so all the A's we will be pushing over the push down store. So all A's will get pushed. When we will start getting B's in the input corresponding to each B, one A will be popped. So in this manner, we can match the number of A's and number of B's. If number of A's and number of B's are equal, then whatsoever A's we have pushed in first phase, those all will be popped when we will finish our B's. Okay. So up till now, we will again in the situation when Z0 will be on the top of the push down store. Then what we have to do, we have to simply consume all our C's. We have to just go through them and we have to consume these C's. But we have to make sure that at least one C should be consumed. So let us go. So we are going with the first phase, that is we have to push the A's. So Q0 A Z0, so we will be pushing the first A. So it will be Q0 A Z0. Now A will be on the top of the push down store. First A has been pushed. So now I will be pushing second and subsequent A's. So Q0 A and A. Q0 A. So through these two lines, I can push any number of A's which I am getting from the input. So this will push first A, and this transition will push second and subsequent A's. Now when I have pushed all the A's, I will start matching, or you can say popping corresponding to each B which I am reading from the input. So in the state Q0, I am reading my first B, and on the top of the stack will be A. So I will pop this A, and as I have changed my operation, so that's why I will change the state as well. So Q1 null. So this will be the transition, and then I will be writing Q1. Now state is Q1. I am reading subsequent B's here, and on the top of the pushdown store I should have A's. Okay. So Q1 null. So again through these two, I can pop one A corresponding to each B I am reading in the input. Okay. Now suppose number of A's and number of B's are equal. So through these four lines, when I will be executing, I will again reach to a situation when push down store does not have any A, it has only the initial push down store symbol, that is the Z0. But now the state is not Q0. Now state is Q1, because from Q0 I have reached to the state Q1. So in the state Q1, push down store symbol is Z0, and I will be reading my first C. I will be reading my first C. So for this C, what I have to do, I have to simply consume this C. So I will change the state Q2 and keep the status of my stack Z0. When I keep the status of my stack as Z0, so means I have not made any change to the stack. So how I will remember that first C has been read? So that's why I have changed the state, and I have changed my state to the Q2. As I have told you with the help of previous example also, whenever you have to remember something, you have two methods. Either you change the state or you change the status of the stack. Here I cannot change the status of the stack, because if I change the status of the stack, suppose I remove this Z0, my PDS will be empty and my machine will halt. I will not be able to read subsequent C's. Okay. So that's why I have changed the state. So now I am in the state Q2. Being in the state Q2 means that I have matched the number of A's and number of B's in my input, and first C has been read. Now further C's will be read and consumed in this state Q2. So that's why delta Q2, I will read C on the top of the pushdown stack will be Z0. Simply I will remain in the same state Q2 and Z0. Now I am not changing the status of the stack, and similarly I am not changing the state as well, because my operation has not been changed. In this transition also you can understand that up till this point, I was up till this point I was pushing the A's. From this point up till this point I was popping the A's corresponding to each B. So a pop operation was being performed. Now in this statement, first time I have changed the operation. I have stopped popping symbols from the push down store. I have maintained the status of the state. So because operation has changed, so as per our recommendations also we were to change our state here. Okay, so this is the significance, this is the meaning why I have given you the guideline. Whenever you change the operation, you change the state as well. Okay, so here we are not changing the state because we are performing the same operation which we have performed previous to it. So Q2 0. So this will be used multiple times. So this particular transition will use to consume first C, and this transition we will use, second transition we will use to consume all other subsequent C's, because when second C I am reading, so Q2 C Z0, so Q2 Z0 again the same situation, the third C also I am in the state Q2, topmost push down symbol is Z0, and again I am reading the C. So all subsequent C's will be consumed through this line. So when I have consumed all the C's, there will be nothing left in the input. So I am in the state Q2 now. So I am in the state Q2. Top of the push down store symbol is Z0, and my string has finished. Suppose I have consumed all C's. So I will take a null move and I will declare success. How I will declare success? Simply I make my PDS empty. How I will make my PDS empty? I will remove this topmost push down store symbol, that is Z0, which was present on the push down store. So Q2 null I will be writing. I am not changing the state. Simply I am removing the topmost push down store symbol, and because it was the only push down store symbol on the PDS, so my PDS will become empty and my machine will halt at this point of time. So at the end of my string, my machine is halting. So meaning thereby my string is accepted through empty store through these set of transitions. Now we discuss one variation to this problem. In this problem, we have assumed that n comma m greater than or equal to 1, means none of the n or m may be equal to 0. Now suppose we change these parameters a little bit. Like suppose n is greater than or equal to 0 and m is greater than or equal to 1, means number of C's present in the input will be at least 1. At least 1 or more C's will be there. But when we talk about number of A's and B's, they may be 0 as well. When I say that number of A's and number of B's are 0, that is the value of n is 0. If value of n is non-zero, then certainly this will be the language and we have written the transitions for it. But when n equal to 0, then our additional words where no A or no B is present will also be added to the language. So to accept these additional words, we have to add certain transitions to it. So what transitions we should add? So for that we should assume this situation. Suppose n is 0. When n is 0, so number of A's and number of B's will be 0. So no A and no B will be in our input, but our input will be consisting of only some number of C's. Suppose this is the situation. So if we have to process such strings, so these kind of strings will also be acceptable if n equal to 0. So to process such strings, we have to again rethink over it. If n is not equal to 0, then we have written it correctly. But if n equal to 0, then in the initial situation when we are in the start state Q0, at the topmost push down store symbol is Z0, we will not find A. In successful scenario, we will not find A. What we will find? We will simply directly find C. Okay. Now in these transitions, you can see that we are not having any such situation that Q0, Z0 and input symbol is C. But if we allow n equal to 0, we will find such a situation. So we have to write the transitions corresponding to this situation also. So meaning thereby delta Q0, Z0, this is the situation initially, and we will be reading our first C. We will be reading our first C. Now we are reading our first C. What action we should take? Because no A's and no B's are present, we were to match number of A's and number of B's. So that's why we were pushing A's, and corresponding to each B, we were popping one A. So that operation is not required here. Simply for C's, what we were to do? we were to simply consume the C's. Okay, so here also we will consume the C's. So first C we will consume, and as we are consuming C's, so simply we will maintain the status of the push down store, that is Z0. So that's why I have written Z0. Now question is, what state should be there? Whether the same state or some other state. Okay, so if I keep my state same here, okay, Q0, Z0. So I will not be able to ensure that at least one C has come. At least one C has come. Okay, so that's why I will change the state. But to what state? Now here you see where in our existing transitions where we were consuming C's. We were consuming C's in these two steps. So this was the step where we have consumed our first C. So in the Q1 state we were receiving our first C, we were consuming it and moving to the state Q2. And in Q2 state we were consuming all other C's. And when all C's are consumed from Q2 state, we were taking a null transition and making our store empty and getting our string succeeded. Okay, so first, now here we are getting our first C in the state Q0. So we will consume it. So we will maintain the status of the pushdown store, that is Z0, but now we'll change to the state Q2. So we'll move to the state Q2. Now in the state Q2, we will be reading our second C. So Q2 C Z0 will be the situation. I have changed here the state Q2. So I have reached to the state Q2. At the top of pushdown store is Z0, and I am receiving my second C. So I will consume this C and I will remain in the state Q2 and Z0. Then I will get third C. Again Q2 C Z0 will be the situation, and so on. So all subsequent C's will be consumed through this. And when I have consumed all the C's, nothing will be remain in the input. So I will take the transition Q2 null Z0. This will be the situation, and I will make my store empty and accept the string. So these changes are required if n is greater than or equal to 0 is allowed. Now we come to one more variation of the same problem. In the previous one, we have taken that n was greater than or equal to 0 and m was greater than or equal to 1. Now we are taking that n is greater than or equal to 1 and m is greater than or equal to 0. Means there will be at least one A and one B will present. But number of C's may be 0. It is possible that C's are not present. So meaning thereby the words of the form A to the power n, B to the power n will also get accepted over it. When n is greater than n or m both are greater than or equal to 1, then words of this form were not possible. At least one C should be there to for our word to be accepted. But when we allow m to be equal to 0, means there is no C present in our input string. So these form of words will also be present. So to add these words, we have to again add some transition to it. So let us assume what will be the situation. So means our word will be of the form A to the power n, B to the power n only. C's are not present. So for these kinds of words also, we are required to push all the A's, and then corresponding to each B, we were to pop one A. Okay, if number of A's and number of B's are equal, then we will be popping all the A's from the push down store. Okay, so now what we are doing, we are pushing all the A's through these two steps. So first A is pushed and second and subsequent A's are pushed. Now when we have pushed up till this point, we have pushed all the A's, we are receiving the first B, and corresponding to this first B, we are popping one A. So corresponding to the first B, A is popped in this transition. Now corresponding to the subsequent B's, number of corresponding to each subsequent B's, one A is popped through this particular transition. So we will keep on using this transition up till we are reading a B in our input, and we are also having an A present over the push down store. Suppose number of A's and number of B's are equal. So we will be in a situation that we are in the Q1 state, and on the top of push down store is Z0. So in such situation, in the previous one, when m was not equal to 0, we were receiving our first C. So now when m is equal to 0, so in this situation, we will not receive our first, any of the C. So Q1 Z0 and input string has been exhausted, so we can read only the null from the input string. So situation will be something like this, Q1 null Z0. So for that, we have to write the transition. So I'm writing the transition delta. I will be in the state Q1 From the input, I will be reading null because input has been exhausted, and on the top of the pushdown store is Z0. Now, because Z0 was on the top of the pushdown store, and my number of A's and number of B's were equal, so I have to simply signal the success. And to signal the success, I have to make my PDS empty. So simply, I will be writing Q1 null. So I will not change the state. I will remain in the Q1 state. Okay. Even if I write Q2 here or any other state, it doesn't have any effect because states are not important here because I am accepting it by emptying my push down store. And simply I will write null here. So this topmost symbol Z0 will be removed and my PDS will be empty and my string will get accepted. So this transition I have to add. Now we come to another variation of it, which is the most complex one. That is, we allow n comma m greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So if we look for this particular case, this case is not a single case. This is a combination of 4 cases. What these 4 cases are, if n and m both may be greater than or equal to 0. So first case may be both n and m are 0. So n is also 0 and m is also 0. So what we should add in such a situation? So both n is 0 and m is 0. What simply means it that n is 0 means there is no a or no b present. When m is also 0, so no c is present. So there is only one such word where number no a, no b and no c is present, that is the null. Okay, so we should add a transition to it which will accept null as well. So meaning thereby in the input string we are not having anything, neither a nor b and not the c as well. We are having only the null. So in the initial situation, that is delta q0 z0. In this situation, we will not be receiving a, we will not be receiving c, we will be receiving simply null. So this we have to accept. So simply we have to make our store empty. So I will add q0 null. So what I have done, I have received null and I have made my store empty. So in this manner, I can accept null. So I have covered the case of n equal to 0 and m equal to 0. Now if n is equal to 0 and m not equal to 0, this case I have discussed. N equal to 0 means no a, no b, only, and m is not equal to 0 means only c's are present. Only c's are present, meaning thereby initially in this situation of q0 z0 we will not be receiving a, we will be receiving only the c. So I have written this transition delta q0 c z0 is equal to q2 z0, something like this I have written. So I have simply changed the state. So I have consumed single c, first c, and I have moved to the state q2 where I can consume more c's. Okay, so I have handled this case, this case, this case through this transition, this case through this transition. Now if n is not equal to 0 and m is equal to 0 means there is no c present, only a's and b's are present. Okay, only a's and b's are present. So in such a situation, when I will reach the state q1 where I have matched all the a's and all the b's, so I have to signal my success from there. So I will add the transition of the form q1 null z0 is equal to q1 null. Okay, so I have to simply signal the success. So I will be adding for this transition, for this transition, and for this situation, this transition. And when n and m both are not equal to 0, so this is the same case when for which I have written n comma m greater than or equal to 1, means neither n nor m, none of them is 0. So all the transitions written up till now are corresponding to it. So in this manner, if n and m both are greater than or equal to 0, so I am required to add 1, 2, 3, these 3 transitions to this solution. Now I am giving you one problem to solve at home, which is based on the today's discussion. That is you have to design a push down automata for the language L is equal to a to the power n, b to the power m, c to the power n, such that n comma m greater than or equal to 1. Means at least one occurrence of a's and b's will be there, and one occurrence of C's will also be there. Now here, number of A's and number of C's are required to be matched because A to the power n, C to the power n. So your string should have the equal number of A's and C's, and then any number of B's greater than equal to 1. Okay, so at least one B should be there, and this B may be any number. It is not required that number of B's should match either with the number of A's or number of C's, but the number of A's and number of C's should match. Number of B's are not necessarily to be matched with number of A's and C's. So for n and m greater than equal to 1. Then you have to repeat the same problem for all different three situations when n is greater than equal to 0 and m is greater than equal to 1. And then n is greater than equal to 1 and m is greater than equal to 0. And then n and m both are allowed to be greater than or equal to 0. So try to solve all these four problems at home. So basically you have to first solve this problem, and then you have to extend your solution to include n equal to 0, and here you have to include m equal to 0, and here you have to include all the previous three cases, including n equal to 0 and m equal to 0. So this I am leaving as home exercise for you. Thank you all.